Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Final Fantasy II on the Wii Virtual Console. Last episode, Rupes and Jarvis stepped outside Castle Baron and are about to start their mission to go to the Village Mist and deliver that package. But before they do that, we're going to stop in the town of Baron and talk with the people and get some stuff. Why are you wearing such dark armor? Are you a bad guy? Yeah, we got inns where we can spend money to sleep and heal up, but we don't need that because we didn't get any battles, so. Sea Slept and nothing. I've never failed to pay the taxes. And we'll be changing their names in a little bit here. Welcome, Mr. Dark Knight. Money? No, I can't charge you. And we see treasure chest there and a door. So we look around for something like a button or something, and those swords look suspicious. So we touch the swords. It opens up the doorway, and we get some treasure. We also got some treasure in a pot outside, Cure 1. Over here, this pot over here. Yeah, there can be items in pots. There can be items on bookshelves. So here's the training room. We're going to go in there and talk with all the people. I'll be going over pretty much all this stuff as we go along in the game, but we'll just know what people talk about. So we can save at save points in the map. This guy just tells us, north is up, left is west, right is east, south is down. We have 4 saves total. You probably saw that when I opened up this save. So the final save is where I have, all the for the bonus episode. That's a max out party. So that guy told us that we can change the character who we see by pressing the R button. So you can change between whoever's in our party. And we can also change our names by talking with this guy called Namingway. We just select whose name we want to change. We select the ABC, it erases the name, we can put on our own name. And Kane is now Jarvis. And Cecil is going to be changed into Rupes. So we're finally giving them ratty hero names that they deserve. And like I said, that'll be all the characters that are like final party members will be named. So this guy tells us about the large chocobo. We saw that in Final Fantasy III. He can store items, but in this game, instead of using Gissel greens to find them, you use carrots. And we're going to go to a chocobo forest very shortly. And these people are just telling us that when you're on one, you don't get into random encounters, and they're found in circular forests. Within each circular forest, we're able to find a carrot, and that's the item you use to summon the big chocobo. And he just basically stores items for you, so. This person let us know about the roast system. We had a roast system in Final Fantasy III. In this game, we have a roast system as well. You have a front row and a back row. Weak characters should go in the back row. But the problem with the back row is if you have a melee weapon, like a staff or a sword or a spear, it takes a penalty. But you do get better defense in the back row. And that also applies to enemies as well. And I'll show that when we finally get into combat. So this guy tells us that arrows, we can run out of arrows. We are going to get some an archer later on in our party. Tell us about the weaknesses. Oh, we're pointing out weaknesses on enemies when I encounter them. I'll point up their stats and stuff. Their their gold items that they can drop. Each enemy can have up to 4 items to drop. And there's like a common, uncommon, rare, and then ultra rare. So let's just go into the menu here. Here's our items. We have a few items right here. At the very bottom, there's a sort command. We don't have any magic, so we don't have to worry about that. But you can cast spells in your menu. Check out the status. We can see our characters. Notice that there's right hands, left-handed. Characters have different hands, dominant hands. And so you have to be careful when equipping characters with that. So, for instance, Jarvis here is left-handed, so we can't put the spear in his right hand. With bow users, you want to put the bow in the non-dominant hand, and the arrows go in the dominant hand. Because if you think about it, the dominant hand is the one pulling the arrow back. So right now I'm just going to change. You can use the form command to move your characters into one of the slots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 3, and 5 from the top, they will be in one row, and then 2 and 4 will be in the other row. Right now, I'm going to have Jarvis and Rupes in the 2-4 position, and they'll put me in the front row. You can change characters with the form command or with the change command. That shifts everybody. So, and knowing where to place characters in your party is kind of important. It's one of the big strategies in this game. So, like the guy was kind of saying, we want to put like squishier characters like mages and stuff, weaker characters that maybe join our party later at like level 1. I want to put them in the back row. So we see is where we stole the crystal in the last episode, and it looks like we have a magical tunnel that can go there, but they obviously sealed it up because they don't want to be raided anymore. Speaking of sealed up, this doorway over here is sealed. And we'll learn about that, what it is, later on. This guy's wondering why the king is training his soldiers to use the dark sword. The weapon shop and armor shop was also closed. And here's Sid. He's sleeping. It's the new engine. And here's some books about buoyancy, its principles. We can touch fire. It doesn't hurt us at all, but we do say ouch. History of shipbuilding. And the Guide of War Birds. And here's Sid's daughter. War all night work. He still feels young. Townsfolk speak ill of soldiers and the king. My father often quarrels with them for that. Well, we'll just let him sleep and relax. And we'll go continue to explore the rest of the town. So, yep, the shop is locked there. Don't go to this door, it'll be awful, I can tell. We're gonna find a potion here. Cure 1. Ouch. The king's become dreadful. I heard you did an awful thing in the city. Don't drag Rose into trouble, I beg you. Rose is going to get her name changed later to Lily. But good items in here. We got a tent and an Ether 1 from the shelf there. And now we're going to go into the water. Wow, it's a dark night. A bit scary, but cool. We have a dancer here. We'll talk with her on our way back. Kind of like some of the dancers in Final Fantasy III. They just like do a little dance, the music changes. But we're gonna come down here to get some treasure. Now in the overworld, or in like towns like this, you'll sometimes be walking around, and you'll notice there might be squares that you can't walk on. That's an indication that there's a hidden treasure chest there. So you might find hidden treasure chests in water tiles, and also in grass tiles. We're gonna go explore some grass over there to the left. We have to take a secret passageway to get there, though, first. But this lady asks us if we want to see something. She doesn't even give us the option of saying yes or no. She just instantly starts dancing. She just does a little dance. Unfortunately, it's not like Final Fantasy V on the pianos. We're not going to get anything special by watching all the dances. It's just the way, I guess, the game shows off different music and does little silly skits or something. So we step out to the right, that'll leave us out of town. This lady lets us know the building on the west is the passageway to the underground passage to Baron. I showed that off on the last episode. That's the passage that I couldn't enter that leads into the moat of Baron Castle. So eventually we'll get a key to open that door, and that'll get us back into Baron Castle, into the moat. So yeah, we'll be coming back here later on, much later, but... So we're just going to walk around up and down the grass. Anytime we can't move anymore, that's an indication of the hidden treasure chest. We pick up a few treasures, and we're just going to head out these trees, and that'll put us out onto the overworld map. Random encounters occur when you just, there's a number, and when it hits the 0, a random encounter will pop up. We got lucky, didn't have a random encounter. We got to this chocobo forest. Like I said, every chocobo forest is round and circular, and it has a carrot inside of it. And you can use the carrot at the top here, where there's this hole in the trees. Use your carrot that you find, and it summons the big chocobo. And then you basically give him items, and he can store any, but we don't have anything we want to give him. Notice they won't let us give us the package. They won't let you give plot important items. So, white chocobos restore your magic points. The gold chocobos here, they can run around, they can run through rivers, they can cross water though, like seawater. So we're really limited in where we can go here. I'm just showing off like how trapped we are by the terrain. So, you know, kind of walled in here with ocean water, so. But we can take the chocobo up to the northwest, to the village, to the mist cave that'll take us to the village mist. So we just hit A to jump off the chocobo, it returns to its forest. And then we have another chocobo later on, the black chocobo, and that can fly, but we'll discuss that later on when we find it. So here we have our first enemy here, larvas. Rupes can usually take them out in one hit. Jarvis may not be able to, but notice that Rupes didn't do a lot of damage to the larva in the second row. He did 30 to the one in the front and 16 to the second one. That's because the enemies have rows as well, just like you. So the further to the left they are, the further the row they are, so they'll take less damage. So that's why Rupes only did like half damage to the one in the second position. Special attacks like magic and bow and arrows, they aren't affected by the rows, so we don't have to worry about that. And certain special attacks like Jarvis's jump attack, that takes him off the screen for one turn, but when he jumps down, as long as you have a spear equipped, he will do double damage. So it's good to use that on the sword rats, because the sword rats, if you hit them and you don't defeat them in one hit, they counter with a needle attack. Go back. Who is it? Now, see those goblins that we just fought, those imps? They have 4 different drops. And when an enemy has an item that can steal, it's usually the common drop. The interesting about the goblins is, one of the imps is, they can drop the goblin summon, which is an optional summon that the game, you have to find it to use it. Not necessary, it's kind of a weak summon. I will show it off. It takes a while to get, because it's a 1 in 64 chance that an enemy will drop an item, and then combined with the rare item, which the goblin summon is, it's a 1 in 256 chance. So it's like 164 times 1 times 2, 1 over 256. So yeah, it's really long to get those things. You have to really grind to get it. I'm not going to be doing a lot of grinding. For the bonus episode when I have maxed out party, the maxed out party I did do grinding, and I got all the weapons and all those items that can only be found by things, so I'll show off like those items. And I'll mention them as I come to them, enemies that drop them, but won't spend time grinding them. But I will show off those like bonus summons, you know, in the bonus episode. So here we have our first enemy. If you see my playthroughs of Final Fantasy V, the 4-job Fiesta, there's that Wind Raven in the first dungeon, the Wind Shrine, and he does a very similar thing where he goes into a little phase where he goes into defensive mode, and if you hit him while he's trying to do defensive mode, he counters with this cold breath that really hurts you. So we just want to, when the dragon mist turns into the mist, we just want to, you know, parry. You can press the right button to parry. You can just fool around like I tried running there. Running, you don't get the option to run in this game like Dragon Quest games or in the first 3 Final Fantasies. To run, you have to press the R and L button on the top of the controller. That makes your character run. So now when you run though, you have a chance to drop some gold. That's what that one guy in the training room said. Hey, you know, don't be running from every enemy because you'll end up losing a lot of gold. The good thing though about this game though is like you don't really have to grind a lot. As long as you're kind of fighting the bosses, you'll be pretty good. So that's one thing they did. They really eliminated grinding. So yeah, if you do first time say you're fighting this and you accidentally hit the guy, you'll get countered, and the game will tell you like, hey, you don't attack him when he's the mist. So we'll just wait around here and wait until it forms the mist. And once it forms back into the dragon form, we can have Jarvis jump and Rupes likes to use his attack. And it's kind of much a Dragon Warrior 4 in a sense, because we start off here and we just have like, you know, brute fighters. And then we're going to go into in Chapter 2 of Dragon Quest 4. Then we start getting mage characters and start learning about them. So right now, we just got the brute fighters like Ragnar in Dragon Quest 4. But the party's going to change in a little bit, so... We defeated that dragon, and that clears the way to the Village Mist. And that's what we'll pick up in our next episode, but I'm going to show off kind of a little glitch the speedrunners use to start the episode off, so be sure to come back and see that, and I'll see you then. Take care. Bye.